Zanussi jet system Timeline 7 kilogram front loading machine. You'll notice the plug's out already, and we're going to start by taking the top off, which is held on at the back here by 2 screws. We'll start with those 2 there. So now we've removed the lid, a quick look at the machine, just with the lid removed. There's the front. As we look over the front here, we can see we've got a control module there. We've got a water pressure valve, which operate on air pressure, by the way. The water doesn't come up into these, it's air pressure which comes up and operates a rubber diaphragm, which then presses on a plastic cover usually, which then operates 2, 3, 4 reed switches inside. Don't try adjusting these or repairing them, because much of the machine's signals for what to do and what not to do next come from this, and if you start messing about with this, you won't be able to repair it. You'll put it back together, you'll probably have air leaks. If you alter these screw settings for the pressure on the reed switches, you'll upset everything. So if you need a water pressure switch, just replace it. This is where we're going to remove the bolts from around the underside on the case. Now we're going to remove the front panel, and you'll see along here there's 1, 2, 3 little hook catches which you push down, pull back on the front panel, and here as well. Then after you push those tabs in, that will come off, complete with the control knob, which goes on that stem there, of course. Okay, this is on the control panel. We're looking at the back of it now, and to remove these things, you need to push that down there and it comes off. Okay, there's the plug, and you'll see underneath the wiring there's a little clip here. Push down on that, then push that back, and once you've pushed it down, off it comes, and there we are. Now you can move your panel off to one side. What I'm going to remove now is the water inlet solenoid assembly, and the way you release this assembly from the machine is at the back of the machine. Looking at this assembly here, if you look to this side on the right hand side, you see a tab there, and if you come across to this side, you'll see a tab there. All you've got to do is you push that tab in and it releases it. Move the water inlet solenoids all together, you would simply just take these plugs off the back here, those two plugs there, and the pipes, these two pipes, you just pinch those clips together and pull them back. You can get a special tool for that, but I lent mine out as usual and they don't come back, so don't lend your tools out. Anyway, pinch those two and pull them off, disconnect these plugs, and then underneath here, there's another plug which you'll have to remove there. Once again, there's a little tab on that, but you can see that easy with the naked eye. Anyway, and your mains lead, you'll have to remove that from the machine. You do from the wall, of course. There's our plug always out. Never work on a washing machine with it plugged in. And there we are. Now to remove these wiring plugs from the back of the water inlet solenoids, if we just turn this up slightly here, you'll see there is in fact a little tab in the back of this switch. I want to show you the tab in the back of this switch. That's how it normally sits. Okay. Now we've pushed these tabs in here. There is another one underneath. You push those tabs in there and this lifts up. Now you can remove the pipes from this end or the other end, but what I want to show you is how to pull these plugs out. So we tip it up like that slightly, and then just here you'll see there's a tab to push in. Very tiny. Give it a push in and then pull. Okay. There's your wirings, you can see that. There, the blue plug, the blue wired plug goes to the top solenoid. Okay, and underneath that's the red wiring plug. Once again, there's a little tab to push in here, just inside that switch there. Once you look at these connectors, you'll see it quite plainly. This one's a little bit more, touch more awkward to get at, but once you find it, there we are, it comes out. Okay, so that's the solenoids disconnect to release it. It's gone back in. That's that up there like that. We can release the mains lead from it. So to release this final bit of wiring here, we turn that over and we pull these 1, 2, 3 tabs slightly apart and pull the plug out then. Just a little bit of working side to side, and that plug comes out there. Now I want this removed out of the way, so I'm just going to undo this side. I'm not going to struggle with pulling those pipes off there. I'm just So here we are at the front of the machine. There's a tab here to be pushed in to release the soap dispenser, and a tab at this side which also has to be pushed in, and then you can release the soap tray like that. So now we've got the released from the frame. You can take off your breather pipe off the top of the tub, release the wiring from the back. There's a clip there where that wiring goes in. There's also a clip under here where the wiring goes there. So there's that clip, that holder there, and there's another one underneath here which you can get at. push it down a little and push the wires over the top of it. It's not really that fiddly, it's just that I'm trying to keep it in some sort of view of the camera. There we are, I've made a bit of a loose bend in the wires to get them out of there and over that hook. And there we are, they're all through now. these are pushed through there and through the damper strut. Okay? Now to get them out, you have to get a screwdriver, a flat screwdriver, and push on the tab. With your pliers, you can then pull them out. Let's show you on the bench. So this is the peg that holds the damper strut to the tub. Now the idea is to get hold of it like that with the pliers. Then with your screwdriver you have to push that tab in. Now have this, you won't see this part of it, but you will be able to see from that part towards the point. Now you push that tab there and then pull with your pliers while you've got that tab pushed in. If you don't have that tab pushed in, you won't pull it out. And you have to do the same with the side. There's only the one tab on the one side. Okay, so all you've got to do is find that tab. You can turn these with the pliers. When it's inside, you can turn it and you'll find the tab. And the same to the other side. So there's the hole for the peg what goes through there. So you'll pull that out. There's the tab, that comes out. And then you'll be able to push this out of the way. Your tub won't collapse. These are only dampers, they're not suspension. And do the same to the other side. Next thing we're going to do is remove this module here. There's a clip here which has to be pushed down. That one just there. And there's one at the side there. Push that one in. This clip here. This module is actually cracked. Couple more lids to take off here. So we've got all our leads off except this lead. Now there's a tab on there, push that up there, and you can bring this side up here, and the top lifts up a bit, and then you can get this earth bonding clip here, which is a spade connector. It's ready to pull off. And that's disconnected, you can take the module away then. We've still got a little bit of wiring to get off the top, so I'll just cut through these wire cable clip there. There's bonding wire here, which we just, this is a spade connector on here, which I think may have a securing. Yes, it has. Sometimes these tags have got little pins which have to be pushed, but Yeah, this one's got one, so we've got to push the tag in at the same time. Push on it. You push on the little dot and pull at the same time, it disconnects. And we can take this one out of the way. Now before we can lift the tub out, there is one more pipe to come off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to attack this problem from inside the front of the tub, and I'm going to disconnect the pipe from the tub. There's only one clip holding it on. Get this pipe off. What sort of clip you've got on may vary. Just get it off whichever way you can and remove the pipe. Now that we've disconnected the pipe on the top of the door seal, and that's off. Okay. Right. Now we're ready to remove the tub. Put something underneath the tub, just like that, anything you can find to suspend the tubs. Take the weight once you've disconnected the spring. And then when you get to this stage, now because there's sharp metal all around these things, I like to wear some gloves. The idea is to push a flat bladed screwdriver, lift that spring up, yank it up and lift, just put your screwdriver under there, and now you can unhook that spring and lower it down gently. Now we'll go down to the other side and repeat that operation this side. Pull up on the spring, get your screwdriver under there, and just tighten a bit of weight to the tub. This is not easy with one person. Better if you had to. Keep your hands out the way of this and you're forcing that screwdriver under there. Get it under a good way. Then lift this up, bring it over, steady the tub. It is a bit of a heave ho. Get that in there. And it's going to jump down now, so let's take a bit of the weight. Okay, now it's ready to lift out. Now we can lift the tub out now. It's quite heavy. Tub out, and we'll put it with the, I'll use an old plant box and get wiring out the way. Now we can put that down there to remove this weight off the front. Now if you need to go any further than this, if you're going to replace your tub bearings, then you'll need to remove the weight, and these are torque bolts here, which as you can see, as you undo them, the tension will release on these three sections here, all the way around here. These are torque bolts, and then you can lift the weight off, the counterbalance weight. Once you've undone your counterbalance weight, you can then go around the tub and undo all of these bolts here, and then you can split the tub. When you've took all these bolts out all the way around, you can then split the tub, and then on the other side here you'll see the pulley wheel, which has got once again a torque bolt in there holding the pulley wheel on. And then you can when you've took that out, take the pulley wheel off and withdraw the tub so that you can get at the bearings. What's left in the case here is your drain pump here. This machine's got two pumps in it, so you've got left in there your drain pump. You don't have to take the tub out to get at this. And you've got your interlock here, another module up here, and you've got your pressure switch here, and there's more switching underneath, and your wiring looms and your dampers here and here, your drain hose. Of course you don't have to, as I said before, you don't have to take the top out to get at those parts, but this is just an exercise I've done for the sake of the video. And that's about as far as we're going to go on this machine. I hope it's been some use to you. Bye for now.